Over the last 5 years, I've helped my clients book over 656,000 appointments using this exact script that I'm gonna share with you today. Let's get right into it. So before we get into like the words to say, I want you guys to understand the fundamentals of messaging and the mindset behind messaging. So the first fundamental is speed to the lead. The faster you can respond, the better. After the first 5 minutes a lead comes in, the conversion rate goes down by 33%. So you have to get to them as fast as you can. And I know you're lashing, I know you're busy, I know you're busy being a mom, you're running your business, you're lashing somebody, you're doing content. There's so many things going on, but you have to try to prioritize getting to the messages as fast as possible. But when you have a script like I'm gonna give you now, you can just copy and paste. And as long as you understand the fundamentals, it'll be very easy to get to them as quick as you can, okay? Now, secondly, you have to control the conversation. Don't let them control the conversation. And how do you do that? You do that by finishing every message with a question, okay? I'm gonna give you those questions right now. And lastly, you have to be as personable as possible. If they tell you they have a birthday coming up or a wedding, you can't just say, okay, when do you wanna come in? That's too boring. You have to say, oh my gosh, Leo baby, I can't wait to take care of you. When do you wanna come in? Or, oh my gosh, let's get these wedding lashes right. We have to take care of this ASAP. When is best for you to come in? Something that acknowledges what they say. And one thing I like to do is I like to mirror whatever they say. So if they have the words nervous, wedding, birthday, daughter in it, I'm gonna mirror back. Don't be nervous, love, I'll take really good care of you. Something that's always mirroring exactly what they say. So the way I'm gonna show you to message people is how you need to message everybody that comes into your DMs. Whether they follow you and you send whoever follows you a message, you need to message them like this. If they reach out to you, message them like this. If they reach out to you on Facebook or Marketplace, you reach out to them like this. If you talk to everyone like this, you will convert at a higher rate, I guarantee it. So like I was saying, one of the points is you have to control the conversation. So when you're controlling the conversation, there's a certain structure I want you guys to follow. The first thing I need you guys to get from everybody is what style do they want? So if you get somebody that comes in and reaches out to you, they're like, I want to book an appointment. You're gonna say, amazing, I can't wait to take care of you. What style do you like? And then you're gonna send them a collage of your lashes with the different names on it. So you have to start with the style that they want, okay? The next piece of information that you need is what day and time they wanna come in, okay? And then the next piece of information after that is you need their contact info. So get their name, email, and phone number. You might not be using the emails now, but just collect it for now. So remember, one of the things you need to do is control the conversation. So what I mean by control the conversation is you want it to go a certain way. So the first piece of information you need to get is what style do they want? So when you ask for the style, you're gonna ask for the style and send a collage of the different work that you do, okay? And don't have more than 5 options. I like to keep it at 4, but if you have 5, that's fine, but don't have 7, 10, 12 options. Just get the basic and go from there. So for instance, if the first thing they say to you is, can I book an appointment? You're not gonna just say, okay, when do you wanna come in? No, you have to get the style first. So say, okay, great, I can't wait to take care of you. What style do you typically get? And then you're gonna send your collage. And then she's gonna pick hybrid, and then you can go from there, okay? Or if the first thing they say to you is how much, or location. I know how much makes you guys so mad. So how much? Don't give them the price. Say it depends on the style, which one's your favorite, and then I want you to send a photo of your collage, okay? So then once you know the style that they want, the next piece of information I need you to get is the day and the time they wanna come in. So then once you get the day and the time, the next piece of information is gonna be their contact information, their name, email, and phone number. And then the last thing you're gonna get is a deposit or a card on file. And it needs to follow this order very specifically because once you get the style, you can reassure their decision, you can get them excited, you can actually build value in the messages. That's the first layer of building trust, because if you went straight for the deposit, they're not gonna trust you. They're gonna think you're a scam on the internet. So you have to break down that first layer of trust, and that's by getting them to give you their contact information. Then once you get their contact information, then I want you to ask for the deposit. Because if they don't pay you the deposit or put the card on file, you guys have their phone number so you can give them a phone call. And then once you give them a phone call, if they don't answer, you can send them a text message. And now it's much more personable and they trust you. But especially if they pick up that phone call, they can hear your voice, they know you're real. And that's gonna really raise your chances up of getting a deposit and securing them to come in. So first, style. Second, day and time they wanna come in. Third, contact information. And lastly, deposit. And then lastly, follow up, okay? Whenever you get someone to follow you, you need to be DMing them. Whenever you are on the marketplace, if they reach out to you, this is how I want you to talk to them. If you get a DM, this is how I want you to talk to them. Okay, so this is how a typical conversation will go. Obviously, this is subject to change if they say something, but as long as you understand the fundamentals of speed to the lead, finishing every message with a question, and following the structure that I showed you, you'll be fine. Everything else is just plug and play. Now I need you to be personable, and you can finesse it, but there's the fundamental and the structure that you're gonna follow. That's the main thing. So the first thing is, if someone DMs you, or if someone reaches out to you, or marketplace, or whatever, this is how I want you to talk to everybody, okay? So the first message is, hey, have you ever had whatever service before? So in this case, I'm gonna use lashes, but this applies to any service, whether it's waxing, facial, nails, it doesn't matter. What do you wanna get waxed? What facial do you want? What's your biggest struggle with the face? There's so many ways to take this, but we're just gonna go with the lashes example. So the first message is gonna be, hey love, thank you so much for your interest. Have you ever had lashes before? And then they're gonna respond yes or no. So then if they say, let's say they say yes, perfect, I love lashes too, you're gonna love it. What style do you normally get? Then after that, they're probably gonna respond with the style that they like, whether it's hybrid, volume. I don't really care what style they say, but the goal of your next response is to reassure whatever decision they say. Your goal is to reassure and acknowledge, okay? So whatever they say, make them feel like a genius. Hey, hybrids are so beautiful, you're gonna love it, I can't wait to take care of you. Oh my gosh, I love hybrid sets, they're so beautiful, that's what most of my clients are getting right now. Oh my God, I love a wispy volume, that's what I specialize in, I can't wait to take care of you. You see how I'm very personable and I'm reassuring them, I'm making them feel good about their decision? Because one thing you have to understand is people don't want to make the wrong decision. So it's up to you to reassure them and make them feel confident in the choice that they pick. So you're gonna say something along those lines, and I'll have a lot of examples within my script that you guys can download below, okay? So you're gonna reassure them, and then you're gonna finish with a question. What day would you like to come in? Now the main questions I ever want you asking, once you get the style, is gonna be, what day do you wanna come in? When do you wanna come in? Do you wanna come this week or next week? That is how I want you to do it. You're not being pushy, you're not being salesy, you're controlling the conversation. Because remember, once you had that first piece of information is the style, the next piece of information you need is the day and time they came in, okay? So you're gonna ask them, you're gonna reassure them, great choice, you're gonna love it, blah, 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 but then you're gonna say, what day would you like to come in? Then after that, they're probably gonna say how much, or they're gonna say where are you located, or they're gonna say both. So let's say they say both. This is exactly how I want you to respond to the how much and the location question. First time clients get 20% off. So your first time visit is only $99. And my studio is located at 1234 East Boulevard, Connecticut, New Jersey 22192. What day did you think you wanted to come in? Question mark. Just like that. So I'm telling them the price, I'm telling them the location, and I'm finishing with a question again. The first question is what day do you want to come in? The next question is what day did you think you wanted to come in? Okay, and then lastly after that, they're probably gonna give you a day and time, whether it's Tuesday, Thursday, it doesn't matter. So let's say they say Tuesday. Amazing, did you want to come in at 1 p.m., 3 p.m., or 5 p.m.? Question mark. Make sure you finish with a question mark too. A lot of people just say, I have these, and that's it. No, finish with a question mark, okay? And I always like to give 2 or more options. Never give one option. Don't just say, okay, great, I have Tuesday at 1. Does that work? Question mark. I don't like that question, okay? Because if it doesn't work, they're gonna stop responding to you. So the way you wanna do this, let's say you only have one time slot available or you're fully booked that day. I want you to say, perfect love, I have Tuesday 1 p.m. If that doesn't work for you, what other day and time does? That's what I want you to say. Or since you have an idea of the day they wanna come in, Tuesday at 1, you can say, I'm actually fully booked that day, but I do have Monday at 12, 1, and 4, or I have Wednesday at 1 and 3. Which one is best for you? So now you can give them a time around the time that they picked, so it's much more likely for them to pick something like this, okay? That's why it's important for them to give you a day and time that works for them, and you can work around their schedule. So then once you guys get the time and day after that, Tuesday, 2 p.m., amazing love, I'm so excited, let's do this. What's your email and phone number so I can go ahead and book your appointment? So now that you got their contact info, now I want you to get the deposit. Awesome, love, your appointment's all set. I do require a $25 deposit that goes towards your appointment to secure your spot. You can send it through Venmo, Zelle, or Apple Pay. Which way works best for you? They say Zelle, you send the Zelle link, boom, you got the deposit. And that's it. And then if they don't pay you the deposit after about 4 to 6 hours, I want you to give them a phone call and try to get the deposit over the phone. Then if they still don't answer the phone call, I want you to text them. I have a script for you to text. And then if they still don't answer, I want you to call them the next day. I want you to text them the next day. And then I want you to cancel their appointment if they don't pay you. But your goal is to get as many people to agree to an appointment and to get their contact infos. That way you can follow up. And let's say you get 20, 30 people to give you their contact info. You're gonna get about 15 to 20 to actually pay you the deposit, but it's a numbers game. That's why it's so important to get as many leads as possible, to secure as many appointments as possible, and to get as many deposits as possible. And on a week-to-week basis, the way you're gonna grow your business is by talking to more people. You need to make as many offers about your service as possible. So if you're getting a few followers every week, you need to message all of them. But if you're like, I'm only talking to 2 or 3 people, then you're gonna struggle getting people. So if you need people to talk to, send me a message below, the link to work with me below, and I'm gonna guarantee you 50 to 70 people to talk to every single week, which is literally what my company does. So if you need help with that, send me a DM. But other than that, there's many ways to get people to talk to. Whether it's they follow you, you're going on Facebook group, Facebook Marketplace, there's ways to do it. They're just a little slower. I love paid advertisements. Now, if you can talk to all your clients like this, you will 100% book more people, because this way you're controlling the conversation, you're being personable, you're being exciting, and they don't have to do the thinking. You're doing the thinking for them. What style do you want? When do you want to come in? Give me your contact info. Pay the deposit. What method works best for you? You're controlling everything. Most people, when they get a DM, they just send their link. That is not gonna work in 2025. That is not personable enough. You have to understand, people want to buy from people they know, like, and trust. So if you just send a link, there's no chance for you to build any value, to build any trust, any rapport. You have to talk to them and get them excited for picking whatever they pick. Because again, people don't want to make the wrong choice. So I promise you, if you follow the script just like this, you will dominate. Now, the 3 biggest mistakes I see a lot of my clients make is, 1, they're too robotic. Don't just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Try to be as personable as possible. Again, I know you're busy, but there's a bunch of reassurance messages that I left in the script, so make sure you look at that. But just be yourself. If they say something about a wedding or a birthday, you respond back about a wedding and a birthday. You got this. Like, be as personable as possible, especially if you're slow and you're not busy, then you have to be as personable as possible because you have nothing but time. So take advantage of that, because when you get busier, then this is when we're gonna have to either outsource it or we're gonna have to really prioritize the messages, okay? So don't be robotic. Secondly, they don't ask questions. Every message has to end with a question, okay? And you have to follow the structure, because now you know what piece of info you get. What style do you want? When do you want to come in? What's your contact info? How do you want to pay the deposit? Follow that structure, okay? So every message has to end with a question. And lastly, you guys give out the price too fast. If they ask how much, don't just give them your price list. Don't just say this. No, don't give out your prices until you know the style. You should only be giving out one price every message. Unless they specifically ask, can you send me your price list? I would still first try to get the style that they like and then isolate it. But if not, if they're insistent on getting the price list, then you can send them your price list. But other than that, you should be sending out one price for one style every time, and just don't give it out too fast until you know the style that they want. Now, I hope you got value from this script, because I promise you, if you follow it step by step, you will book people at a significantly higher rate. And now the game is, how do you talk to more people? So if you need help talking to more people, send me a message on the link below, and I will help you get a guaranteed 50 to 70 people in your area that's interested in what you have to offer, that's gonna reach out for an appointment or for more info about your services. And then you're gonna copy the script exactly how I showed it to you, and you're gonna book a bunch of people. So send me a message, guys. I hope you got value. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your family. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.